Well, the new perspective outlook. I will always say this to say that people been having joke about the deal day. But you know we enjoy deals and we're about deals. Sometimes dealing in get we into a lot of problems. Most of the times it is. But problem create the future. And as I always say, this is a time where you got a whole heap of stuff, whole heap of things going out the demon. That's why you got deal day. And the demand for not only good but for even service. And this is always the way how it operate. But you know, the new perspective outlook, seeing it much different. And now what we do here, we don't teach, we share. That's how things work. Not looking at things as how the long time people who research from the encyclopedia. You know, the encyclopedia was controlled by the Catholic Church. It was controlled by the Vatican. So you know a lot of the research go into other areas. And research to get certain finding. So that's the reason why people always complain about food do this and food do that. But it's so modern now that you got to depend on encyclopedia no more. Because there's a lot of mechanism to help you do your research. People use AI to research and a lot of mechanism now. Use your own data, use other data to do research. So this is this time for us to understand a whole lot of things and how the body function with electricity. I know we need to function with electricity because low voltage is not what you need to be functioning. It is function with the highest current you can get, wherever you can get that current from. Okay, if you could function without electricity, you would need oxygen. Oxygen is electric. The sun provides a whole world for us. It is so powerful. It is the power. It is the power of our power. So that's where electricity came from. Wherever it is. Wherever you see it, wherever you get it. You consume it. So that is the power of our electricity. So we can have this long time thinking about we need to be teach. And we need to be learn. We need to be share. We need to have ultimacy. We need to mystical. That's when we hear the truth, we know it. From sharing. And knowing that we're run by electricity. Knowing that food is not the one that destroy us. It builds us. But everything have more than one side. So you need to be full with food to get charged. But the feedback mechanism, you got to be hungry too. Because when stress, unrealistic expectation, and all these things, emotional baggage, will give you all those ailments. They're easy cured. And when you know to put the right particles in, it is so easy by just staying hungry. Because when you're hungry, you can't stress. When you're hungry, you can't have diabetes. You don't need to think the more thinking. Because when you're hungry, you can't have diabetes. And I am so sure about that. The glycogen stored from the liver activate when you're hungry. And all these sugar will build up in you. Use up. And use up on the right time so you don't need extra insulin. When you're hungry, I know to keep hungry. I'm fully hungry before a meals, which I call the charging. When that meal go into you and you get it into particles. All the areas which need to charge gonna charge. All the areas gonna charge. The brain need to see you get hungry to function better. Because whenever you dip into that hungriness and lift up the potential higher, and whenever you eat, what do you think gonna happen? Everything gonna use up and use up the right way. And this is how it works. It is so easy for a bioelectrician to explain all these things to you. And then you understand that what? All ailment come from wants and needs, which create the stress, unrealistic expectation, the fear of gaining, and the fear of losing. And what happens? You start leak voltage. You leak electron all over. And the brain can't get the fulfillment of that charge that it's supposed to get the signal. To let it dip, let it dip in to what it's supposed to dip into. The endocrine's not running well. Most of the body breaking down because of starvation from the electricity. But whenever you know how to keep your body hungry, go hungry. It's like you're doing a marathon. You go hungry, you go hungry, you go hungry. Look when you're thirsty. You get that water to drink. That is the way you're supposed to feed. So you got to appreciate things, they appreciate life. And I try to tell people you got to lay your kids hungry. When you teach them to hungry, they know to respect life. Makes them hungry. Look at everything with life when it's hungry. How it operates. You operate with joy when you get that meal. Look at the crow. They know to stay hungry and they're healthy. Because these lions, they know to stay hungry. They appreciate the power of the Almighty. We are food abundant. So we eat around the clock. We don't know how to get the space for the food to digest. And when it digests, you need to stay hungry. 4 or 5 meals a day. That's no charging, that's wasting. And wasting your own life too. We got to know to put these things into place and put them into perspective. We got to know how to fully charge. We're overcharging too. And when you overcharge a battery, you go right down to low voltage. It bursts by overcharging. We got to change it. We need to do it right now. People need to know that hunger is the only cure for stress. A hungry man can't stress. You got to hunt. A hungry man can't stress because he's waiting. He's praying. His hope is up. You can't see a hungry man. You never see a prisoner stress. Because most time they got to eat, they get meat when they're hungry. They don't have no time to stress because the only grab you got to that stress is hunger, to pull it away. When you pull it away and you put meals in, get the particles and get the right charge. The energy is the same as the voltage. You can't destroy it. So you give that push. You give that goal and get it to your highest potential.